Hi guys, welcome to my 100th video. I can't believe that. I hope everyone's doing really well, and I want to show you what you're going to need for this project. You're going to need an alcohol bottle, fur, faux leather or felt, pink felt or fleece, pom-poms, scissors or a blade cutter, a ruler, a glue gun and glue, and if you want to add some bling, like a collar or a bow, most of these items can be purchased at the Dollar Tree. So the thing about this little cutie is you can take her anywhere. Beach hair, don't care. She looks good anywhere. And I wanted to let you guys know that Hobby Lobby also carries this size fur. And the price ranges are, I think, between $3 and $3.49, and they also have rainbow. I want to show you how to make a fluffy puppy with an alcohol bottle. And I actually took my little saw from Dollar Tree. If you're going to use this, be extremely careful and cut away from yourself. So I just cut a little corner off right here and then cut the rest off with scissors. Cuts real easy with scissors. And I'm going to use the faux leather from the Dollar Tree in black for the base. And just this little piece of fur that I got at Michael's. It's so pretty. And I think it was $2.99, and they have their coupon that they always have for an extra 20% off the regular price. So it's $2.99 minus 20, 40, 60, like $2.40 maybe. It's just enough for one. And probably just the alcohol bottle size, unless you have something that's narrow like this to use. It would definitely not work on these. It's kind of crazy, but it doesn't work on these. I'll show you. So if we put the fur here and wrap it around, it doesn't quite come together, but it does on the alcohol bottle, which doesn't look much different than the size of this, but okay. So I'm going to cut a piece of this off, a little square to put to the bottom. Okay, I already have my alcohol bottle and my little piece of faux black leather cut out. So I'm going to go around the edges, a little bit off to the side, same way we did with the other one, with the alcohol bottle. All around the sides. And then a lot on the bottom. And we're just going to lay it flat, just like we did the first one. Get the little corners down. Okay. And that's our little base. Sit like that. We're going to get this little piece of fur. Get ready with some glue sticks. Right there. Oh, I got a boo-boo. And let's line this up. Line this up in this corner, and the bottom of the alcohol bottle should run along this piece of fabric right here, not the fur, the fabric. So line it up with that. Okay. So we want to cut the top of this first, and we're going to leave about 1.5 inches more of the fur at the top of this here. So this is going to be blank right here for until we get to that part. So let me cut that. Get my ruler. Measure how many inches we want to cut off. Make sure you have your cutting mat under here. So this is right now, it is approximately 4 3/4. Okay, so we're going to add another 1.5 inches to that. So let's see, we're going to go up to about, let's put it this way, inches, which is right about there. Let me get my white marker, my pink marker, my white marker, which is actually a chalk marker. Put a line right across there, so I know where to cut it. Okay. And I'm going to drag that line all the way across. Do it on this side so you guys can see. Alrighty, here we go. Let's draw this line all the way over there and down here. Now we need our mat because we're going to cut this. Cut it away from yourself. Be extremely careful with these blades, or whatever type of blade you're using. And start right here. Trying to make it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okie dokie. That came out perfect because what you want is this fur to still be there when you slice it with the blade like this. It's alright that there's nothing up here because we're going to be tucking that part in anyway. But we do want to have some when we do the ears. So that came out really good. And that's what you want to see after you, like I said, after you cut it with the blade, there should still be fur that you didn't cut off. Okay. Alright, let me put that up there till we're ready to do the ears. Close your blade in between uses. Okay, now we can add our bottle. So let's get some glue. I see mine's getting low. So we're going to go up here. Oh, it wants another one. It's hungry. Alright, so we're going to go up here and come down, making a line straight down, straight across the bottom, and in the middle, all over in the middle. You want this to really stick to the alcohol bottle or whatever you're going to use. Okay. Now again, line this up. Line this edge and the bottom edge. And I'll show you what I mean by that. This edge right here and this edge just before you hit the fur. And then start rolling it into the glue. Keeping that edge at the bottom. Oops, the glue is sticking to me. Keeping that edge at the bottom even down here. Okay. We're going to do that again. Come down here, make a line. And a line up here. And some in the middle. And if you have a larger glue gun, it'd probably be better to use that. I should have used that. So I don't have to keep doing this so often. That's okay. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Roll it again. Keep that edge even down the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to do this part. Come up this edge. All the way up to the top of the bottle. Get some more in the middle there. Alright, pull this fur back. And we're going to put it right up to here. Okay. That will be our back. Okay. I'll put a little bit more glue on here on my lap. Just a incy bit. Teeny weeny bit. If you see any of the seam, because this piece of fur is so small, just take your glue, go right down that seam, and just push some of your hairs over. We're going to make this the back anyway. So it'll stay right there. And you won't even see the seam. You shouldn't see the seam. See, as you pull it up, you don't see the seam anymore. See that? Okay. Now, we need some more down here, so we're going to put some more down there. Let's do that first. Get that closed up. Okay. All down the bottom, close this back up. Just run a little tiny bit. Get that over. And close all your little seams. Some people just keep the plastic down there, and I like to have a little extra down here. Make it look a little more detailed. Let's see, I think we're about done. Okay. And you're not going to see that anyway, because that's going to be where it's going to be sitting. It's going to sit down there. Okay. So here we go. A little bit more right here. Push a little bit more fur. Okay, so that's what we should have right now. That's our opening. So what we want to do with that is we're going to tuck that down inside. So what I like to do right here is a little bit of glue around the edge. Let's see if you can see it better this way. Yeah, a little bit, about a ½ inch down. And then tuck that in. Tuck that in. Just tuck that down in there. Okay, do this side. Get some, about a ½ inch. Do that. Tuck that down in. Okay. That up against the sides down in there. It's coming along. I just wanted to show you how to do it if you couldn't afford or get a big piece of fur. You just wanted to try this out. You could get this little piece at Michael's. It fits just about perfect on an alcohol bottle. Okay. So let's make his ears. So again, like I already said in the video, make sure the fur is coming downward. We don't want it going in this direction. We want it to come downward. And we're going to cut triangles out. So we want to make this the wider part. Where the fur is coming downward, we want to make this the wider part. And we're going to cut a triangle. I'll show you. So keep this going this way. So if you want to, just turn it towards this way. Okay, now we're going to make the 4 triangles for the ears, because you know I like to double them up. And you determine how long you want them to be. I'm going to go about to right there. This is the wider end. So we're going to make it like this. Come down to a triangle. Okay, there's one. Pretty. And let's see, I have to go this way. 2. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I love these guys. Okay. Let's see. Right. Looks good. And then what I'm going to do is, after we get the ears in, I'm going to add a little bit of puff up on his head out of this leftover fur. So let's get the ears done first. Let's see which ones we want to put with who. Okay. This one and this one, they fit really good. This one's a little too big, so we're going to cut a little bit more off of this one. It came out too big. Come on, you're too big. So we'll cut a little tiny piece off. I'm going in this direction so I don't cut myself. There we go. And then down here. Alright. That looks better. And then we're going to fit it in here. Okay, we're going to glue these two together. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's glue these together. And then we're going to glue the top part and the seams together so you can't see the seams. Let's just get that together for now. Okay. Okay, after we're all done gluing the ears together, we want to go down the seam. Straight down the seam right here. See that? Go down the seam. And what we're going to do now is we're going to fluff the fur over top of the hot glue on the seam so you can't see the seam. Okay. Alright. Looking good. I see a little bit of seam over here, so we're going to put some hot glue right there. Go down the seam again. Put some fur. And just fluff it. Don't burn yourself. But fluff it out so it covers up the seam. Okay, this one's all done, all fluffed up. No seam. Okay, alright. Now we can put the ears on. Let's get our puppy and decide which side. Where's the back? Here's the seam. I can feel the seam right there. So we're going to make that the back. So we're going to go down inside. Let's try to get these hairs down here so we can save them. Save the ears. Okay. Save the ears, save the fur. Alright, I'm going to take the ears, and I think I'm almost out of glue again. Take the ears. Let me see if I can get this a little better. Take the ears and put some glue on the top. And the side that is not going to be showing, the side that's going to go in, well, they're both going inside, but the side is going inside against the wall of the alcohol bottle. And just stick it down in there. And hold it. See that? Here's our ear. We'll work on that in a couple minutes. Just want to make sure this one is down in there. Now we're going to do the same with this one. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. Oopsie. Put some glue across the top and some underneath. And I'm running out, of course. Always in the middle doing something. Okay. And underneath. Okay. And we're going to put it inside the hole. very carefully so you don't burn yourself. A bunch of dried glue pieces. Okay, hold it down in there. Got my finger down in there, holding it. Okay. Now, remember I said I was going to take some of this fur and put it down on the inside so there's no hole here. Don't want a hole. Then I'm going to fix those ears. But first I want to get a piece of this. Let's see. How much do we want sticking out? I like a lot. Let's go with this one. So let's cut that off. Let's see how that's going to look. Stick that in there. And he'll have some fur sticking out of the back. Cut a little edge off of here that's already hanging off. And we want it to go in the same direction as the rest of the fur, so this is all going in this direction. So when it lays down, it's going to go that way. Okay. So let's put some glue on this. We're not going to double this because we're going to glue it down a little bit in the back. Alright, hold this apart and stick that down in there. Cute, cute, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, and I'm going to glue that down in the back. Okay, that should be in there. So we're going to take a little bit of glue just to hold this end down. Just a little bit. Let's get the fur out of the way. Take a little bit of glue about in the middle. Okay, hold that down. That. Okay, then we can fluff that up, and we're going to glue his ears down a little teeny tiny bit because we don't want them going all wanky like that. So let's glue his ears down a tiny bit, little teeny tiny bit. And hold on to that. Okay, his ear looks better like that. Alright, let's put this one's ear down. Wherever you want it, this is totally up to you. Just hold it down. So that one little piece of fur from Michael's worked pretty good on these alcohol bottles. Okay, we can put this down a little bit more because it's sticking up kind of. Still sticking up. So let's get you down a little bit further. Just hold on to that. Hi, I just wanted to cut in here for a minute. In this section, I wanted to show you that you can do it with scissors. You just have to be extremely careful. And I will go into that and show you right here. So starting with some kind of stiff paper so you can make a pattern with it. All you need is a little triangle the size of the ear that you want to make. And you can use cardstock. You can get that at Dollar Tree. You can use scrapbooking paper or construction paper, which you can get at Dollar Tree. Just something so you can cut out a little triangle for your ear. And I'm going to show you why. Okay, always remember you want your fur coming in this direction. Okay? So just turn it over so you know that this is where we are going to cut the point where the fur is coming down. So flip it over on this side. I'm actually going to turn it this way so I can show you how to do this little pattern. Okay. So take your little pattern that you cut out, put it on the back of your fur, and let the tip touch the edge of the fabric, not the fur. We don't want to go down, we don't want to do this. We want to go right to the edge of the fabric right here, because we want that fur to stay right there just like it is. So I'm going to move it over here as close as I can to the edge so that it's not taking up too much of our fur. We've got to make 4 of them. Okay, get a black Sharpie or whatever you like to use. I would use a fine point, but I don't have one right here, so I'm going to use this one. It's in between the regular and the fine. It actually doesn't say what size it is. Okie dokie. Maybe it does. Yes, it does. This actually says it is a fine point, but that is not a fine point. But that's okay. So just go trace around your little pattern. Okay. All right. Come down there. And there it is. I hope you can see it in the camera. I'll pick it up and show you. Put this pen back. Need my little pattern. And there's the pattern on the fabric. Okay. So now you want to have a sharp pair of scissors. If you're not using the blade, I got these at Dollar Tree. And these are in the hair section, like where the scrunchies and things like that are. And these, I've been using these for years. Not just this pair, but this type from the Dollar Tree. And these always have worked great for me. So what you want to do is you want to go under the fabric. You do not want to cut the fur. So you want to go up under here, right under the fabric, and just keep cutting. Take little bits so you know you're staying under the fabric. Follow your pattern. Go back under again. I'm going to be extremely careful not to cut the fur. Okay. And this we can cut straight across because this is going to be tucked into the body anyway. The top part where you cut straight. Okay. But, I mean, you can still cut under the fabric here too if you want. Alright. So let's do this side. And lift it up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Go right under that fabric. Try not to get that fur. And it's not as hard as it seems right now. Okay. And watch this. See that? We did it. Here's one that I did already. There's one that I did. They're actually little triangles in the back. Let's bring that fur down so it doesn't blend in. We'll scrunch it up. Let's scrunch it up so you guys can see. Okay, there's my 2 little triangles. Okay, and they should fit perfectly together for the gluing process. There's both of them. And there's the seams. Now, I have never seen anyone do ears the way that I do them, by doubling them. Normally people just leave the fabric underneath. And I like to double them because I don't like seeing this fabric. I mean, it's going to hang like this on your little puppy. It's going to hang down like that anyway. But this is just my personal preference. And I've been doing this for a while now, this way. And then glue the seam. Bring the fur over the glue so that you don't see the seam. And the very beginning of the fur right there will attach to that glue you put on the edge so that it stays in place. Okay. And there we have our little puppy ears that we cut out with scissors. And we put them together. And also, I've never seen anyone put a base on it, like I put the faux leather or felt. So, I think some other people are starting to get the idea. I don't know if they got it from me or not, but I've seen some other people starting to do that. And that's okay. But I just wanted to get on here and show you that you can do this with scissors. Just make sure you cut underneath. I'm going to cut one more out. I got a little scrap piece here. So I'm just going to cut it out without even putting the little pattern there because it's so short. I just wanted to show you again how to cut it. So you cut it under the fabric. So go under the fabric. Okay, very carefully. Pull it out. Go under again. Pull it out. Go under again. Now this isn't going to be perfectly even because I'm just showing you how to cut it. Okay, go back under. Go back under again. And there we go. And we didn't cut the fur. And that's the main idea. So there is a sort of triangle I did without using the pattern and with using scissors. So just be extremely careful and stay under that fabric right along that edge right there. You shouldn't take any fur off or not much. So if you're a little leery of using the blade, just use scissors and make sure to go under the fabric. Like, I wouldn't advise you to cut it this way. I wouldn't say, because you're definitely going to cut the fur if you go this way and under the fabric. Because you can't, I mean, you can go under the fabric, but it's going to be really tough because you're going to be going down under here, and you don't want to do that. So it's always best to do the back and make sure you do it with the fur going in this direction. Flip it. This is always going to be your wider edge where it's cut across and there's no fur here. Just go under here again, cut the fabric only. Just take your time, do a little bit at a time, pull your scissors out, go back under the fabric, pull your scissors out, go back under the fabric. Just take your time, especially at first until you get the hang of it. So I just wanted to show you that you can do your ears with scissors. I'm just so used to doing it with the blade that I don't usually do it with scissors every once in a great while. But again, here's our two that we did with the little pattern. And here's the one I did just freehand. That don't look too bad either. But there's the little ones with the pattern. So if that's easier for you, whichever. I just wanted to give you that helpful little hint. And I would so love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Let's get on with the video. Okay, so I also found these pom-poms, which I'm going to call noses, at Michael's. Okay, we're coming down to the wire. He's got his fur all on, his base is on, and now we're going to do his nose and his tongue. And if you were wondering why we needed that pink fleece or pink felt, we're going to cut this tongue out. That doesn't sound good, does it? So you want to cut it in this shape, like that. So there it is there. Should be cut in a shape kind of like that. A little bit rounded on the edge and then flat on the other side. Okay, here's the bag of noses I just showed you. And we're going to pick out a nose and we're going to put it right on the tongue here. And we're going to glue it to the tongue. See that? And then I'll show you what we're going to do after that. So let me glue that. Put a little bit on the little pom-pom. A little bit of glue. My glue's getting covered with hair. Little bit. Little smidgen. Let's see which side of the tongue we want to use. This side. I'll put that right there. See that? I want to have a good amount of the tongue still showing. Okay. Show you a little better. There we go. Okay. Okay, so if you need to cut away a little bit of that pink, see that extra pink that's there sticking up in the corners, just take your scissors and snip that right away. Okay. There we go. Last little piece. Alrighty, now I'm going to show you what we're going to do to the puppy. Let's put his tongue over here. And I like to take my cricket pick, where you can use the comb, and I like to make a part down the center because I don't want to connect the tongue and the nose to the fur because it'll just be flipping and flopping all over. So you want to kind of get it more to the base of the fur. So start by doing a part. Just pull the hair apart, just like you would a normal part. Okay, just pull it away. See that? Get it as close to the base as you can. See that part? Okay, let's see where the nose and the tongue is going to look good. Let's see, right about, let's see, there or a little higher. Let me figure this out. Make sure you get it nice and straight. That looks pretty good. Right under his little eyebrows right here. He's looking so cute. Okay, let's give him a little bit of glue on the back of the nose and the tongue. I'm going to glue right back here. I'll show you. A little bit of glue right here and some down here to hold the tongue down. Okay. And let's find that spot again. You're right in there. Kind of straightened up to where you like it. Hold it on there for a few seconds. And we are almost done. And see the white one in the background? That's going to be his best friend, which was also done with an alcohol bottle. Oh my goodness, how cute is he looking? So cute! We're going to part those little eyebrows. So cute. So you can either get something like this at Dollar Tree on the ribbon. It's got paper on the back. It's not really sticky on the back. I mean, it is a little bit, but not enough probably to stay on here. Let me see. No. The stickiness is actually on the paper, which is kind of odd. So you would just hot glue this around the base. You would just take that and hot glue it around the base. Get it up underneath the fur and take it all the way around to the back, but just make sure some fur is going up because you want it to come down over the fur a little bit. So see what I'm talking about? It's going to look like that. And then you can spread it out like that when you're done so that you can actually see it. Okay, or I'll show you some other ideas. I found cat collars at Dollar Tree, and I put them on a couple of my puppies. they have several different cat collars. You could put that on there. Just put it under the fur so the fur is coming over the collar, because if you put it over top, yeah, it's just gonna kind of smush him in, the collar. It's gonna smush the, and we want to see as much of the hair as we can. And also, Dollar Tree has these bows, and they just clip on. See, she's got one clipped in her hair right here. Let me show it to you. I'll take it off. See, it just comes unclipped right from the cardboard. See the clip? And you would just clip it into top of his or her hair. How cute! Oh my goodness. This little puppy is getting cuter and cuter. So you have that option. So you have 3 options that I came up with. This, and hot glue this all the way around underneath the fur. Little cat collars. Or you can have these bows. So like I said in the beginning, a lot of these items that you need for this can be found at Dollar Tree. So let me decide what I'm going to do with him or her, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I ended up trying a few things. I did go with the bling, not the collar on this one. And I put it underneath the fur, like I said. You just bring the fur down a little bit, so you're able to see some of the bling. And just fluff out his hair or her hair. You make it whatever you want it. Just fluff it till you like it. And I think these guys are adorable. They're so stinking cute. Look at that hair on top. You can take the bread out. And like I said, I love the way they sit down, because when they sit down, their hair spreads out on the surface that they're sitting on, and it flattens out. So I'm going to take some video and some pictures of both of these. I'll show you this one. She has the collar on. Let's fix her collar so you can see it. She's a bit of a mess. She just got out of bed. She's got the collar on, see that? All the way in the back, and it hooks in the back. Okay. And she too sits and her hair spreads on the bottom. That's what I love about these guys. Other than they're cute as anything. Take her hair and put it up. Fluff it out. You can make her as fluffy if you want. She's got a little bit longer hair than the last one. You can fluff her up. Her ears are right here, so you can bring this down, flatten it down a little bit, so you can actually see her ears. Flatten that. See this ear? That's what I connected the barrette to, or the bow to her ear. So you can do whatever you want. Fluff them, part their hair. That's why you can't see their eyes, because they have such long hair. But they're just so stinking cute. So there they are there. And I'm going to take some better video and some pictures of them for you. So that's about it. Let me get some video of them. Even on a surfboard. How adorable. Too cute. On a motorcycle. Let's see. Or have her sit up on your dash with Woody. You can sit them up on your dashboard. You can sit them just about anywhere. Take them anywhere. They're just so adorable. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was really helpful. And if you're already a subscriber, I thank you so much. And if you're not, I hope you'll subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And if you get a chance, check out my second channel, Julie Picks Space Vlogs. It's my photography and videography I'm starting. Thanks so much.